Hey guys, my name is Stephanie. I am a 37-year-old mom to 3. I live in Sweden right now. We moved here 2 years ago. Before that we lived 7 years in the US and 5 years in Canada, something like that. My husband's Canadian. Welcome to my brand new YouTube channel. I decided to make a new channel because I'm not ready to share these numbers or any of this with like friends and family. Not even my husband knows my numbers. I'm sure you guys can all relate to that. So I weighed in the other day at over 300 pounds, 307. And it's never been that bad. Normally I'll see 300 creep up and I'll be like, no, I gotta do something. And I'll lose a bit and then I'll gain it back. But I have never weighed this much. So I have to do something. In 2019, December, so almost a year ago, I contacted healthcare, and because I was on the verge of giving up. I wanted to do a gastric bypass or something. I had friends, well, I had just talked to a friend that had done one, and she was so happy with it, and I was like, I need to do this as well. They took me in for blood tests. Like, this is covered here in Sweden. It's free. It's tax funded if you're over 35 BMI, I think. So, but it could be slow. But they got me in January for blood tests and this and that, and then they had to send a thing, whatever it's called, to the hospital. And then Corona hit, so it was like silent. I didn't hear anything until September. At which point they were gonna call me to this first big seminar or whatever where you listen and learn about it. But at that point, then people said that it would be another year after that, and so I got impatient and I contacted a private clinic. So I was gonna pay for it myself and have it done, within 2 months. So today's November 1st. I think November 12th I am due at a clinic in Stockholm to talk to the nurses, the dietist, and the surgeon. But I'm getting cold feet now because all the people, I've joined a bunch of YouTube or Facebook groups, and all the people that have had great success and they're so happy with it, they all did it within like 1 or 2 years. Like, they were operated in 2018, 2019, so very short term that they've been operated. And when you start hearing people that have been operated 10 years and things like that, they all have issues, deficiencies. And here I am, I'm 37. I'd like to live to see my grandchildren. I'd like to live to be maybe 60, 70, 80. Like, if I do this operation, how am I gonna feel when I'm 45, 50, 55? And I was looking at the gastric sleeve where they basically cut off 90% of your stomach, and it's irreversible. So if you have issues, you could possibly redo it into a gastric bypass, but you can never get back to normal. So if you are one of the unlucky ones, you're screwed. So that's what made me start this YouTube channel. I figured I'd give it one more chance to do it the right way, and I'm hoping that by vlogging I can hold myself accountable if I get maybe 5 followers, and also I love vlogging, video, Photoshop, all of that stuff. So maybe this is the time. This is it. So how did it get to be this bad? I've always struggled, and looking back at pictures, I think it started between 7th and 8th grade. I still look somewhat normal in 7th grade, and then it started to pick up, and I don't know why. I had a great childhood, great teenage years, and I don't know. I don't know. I like to eat crap. I like chocolate, I like chips, I like all the bad stuff, and I do not like to work out. I never did. So You know, I slowly crept up higher and higher, and then I think when I was 22, I made real efforts. I think I was 100 kilos, which is 220 pounds, and I made efforts. I lost weight, and for the first and only time in my adult life, I was below 80 kilos. 80 kilos is 176 pounds. I was ecstatic. I was 79.6, I remember. And after that, I moved to Canada. I met my husband online, World of Warcraft, and I moved to Canada, and I kept the weight somewhat for a bit, and then it started climbing. In 2010, we had our first daughter, and I didn't really recover weight-wise after having had her. In 2012, we had our second child, and looking at pictures after I had him, I did manage to lose some weight. We ate low carb, high fat, keto, paleo, whatever they're called, kind of diet, and I was pretty happy with myself and my skin after him. And he was, when I look at pictures of him being 5-6 months. Then we had a third child, and after that, I don't really think I recovered. I've been on and off diets. I've tried calorie counting. I've tried Weight Watchers. I've tried low carb. I've tried it all. I've tried the weird stuff like, soups and all of that too. I did get into boxing for a bit, which was kind of fun. But it was so much work. We had 3 little children. One was going to school. 2 of them had gymnastics 3 times a week. We both worked. It was just too much. Something had to go, and unfortunately, that was it. And so now we moved to Sweden 2 years ago. We're out in the country. I thought that by getting a dog, we'd get more exercise. We'd have to walk him. We're out in the country. There are no fast food places like there were in the US. I was like, this is gonna be great. This is gonna, finally we're gonna get healthy. But somehow this isn't happening. So I'm basically at a cross point now. I have to either lose it by myself and get my life back, or I'm gonna have to do a gastric sleeve or bypass. And I'm terrified. I'm petrified of that right now. Yeah, it's Sunday today. I've been wanting to do this all day, but I've found all kinds of reasons, to push it, and been super nervous about it. So I decided to just sit down, do it, and tomorrow is Monday, and it's weigh-in, and I'll do all the measurements and the weight and the pictures, the video, all that stuff. So I hope that you guys want to follow me on this journey, and you can, learn something or share something or anything. The method I'm going to use is I'm going to count calories. I need to hold myself accountable. I need to count. I cannot rough it. I have to count. I'm going to stick to 1,200 to 1,500 calories per day. And my Apple Watch, I'm going to try and do the 10,000 steps a day, the 30-minute activity, those 3 little circles you have to fill up. So that's my goal, and I will hopefully see you guys tomorrow.